Article 16. General Provisions. Section 1. The flag of the Philippines shall be red, white, and blue, with a sun and 3 stars, as consecrated and honored by the people and recognized by law. Section 2. The Congress may, by law, adopt a new name for the country, a national anthem, or a national seal, which shall all be truly reflective and symbolic of the ideals, history, and traditions of the people. Such law shall take effect only upon its ratification by the people in a national referendum. Section 3. The state may not be sued without its consent. Section 4. The armed forces of the Philippines shall be composed of a citizen armed force which shall undergo military training and service may be provided by law. It shall keep a regular force necessary for the security of the state. Section 5. 1. All members of the armed forces shall take an oath or affirmation to uphold and defend this Constitution. 2. The state shall strengthen the patriotic spirit and nationalist consciousness of the military, and respect for people's rights in the performance of their duty. 3. Professionalism in the armed forces and adequate remuneration and benefits of its members shall be a prime concern of the state. The armed forces shall be insulated from partisan politics. No member of the military shall engage, directly or indirectly, in any partisan political activity, except to vote. 4. No member of the armed forces in the active service shall, at any time, be appointed or designated in any capacity to a civilian position in the government, including government-owned or controlled corporations or any of their subsidiaries. 5. Laws on retirement of military officers shall not allow extension of their service. 6. The officers and men of the regular force of the armed forces shall be recruited proportionately from all provinces and cities as far as practicable. 7. The tour of duty of the Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces shall not exceed 3 years. However, in times of war or other national emergency declared by the Congress, the President may extend such tour of duty. Section 6. The state shall establish and maintain one police force, which shall be national in scope and civilian in character, to be administered and controlled by a national police commission. The authority of local executives over the police units in their jurisdiction shall be provided by law. Section 7. The state shall provide immediate and adequate care, benefits, and other forms of assistance to war veterans and veterans of military campaigns, their surviving spouses and orphans. Funds shall be provided therefore and due consideration shall be given them in the disposition of agricultural lands of the public domain and, in appropriate cases, in the utilization of natural resources. Section 8. The state shall, from time to time, review to increase the pensions and other benefits due to retirees of both the government and the private sectors. Section 9. The state shall protect consumers from trade malpractices and from substandard or hazardous products. Section 10. The state shall provide the policy environment for the full development of Filipino capability and the emergence of communication structures suitable to the needs and aspirations of the nation and the balanced flow of information into, out of, and across the country, in accordance with a policy that respects the freedom of speech and of the press. Section 11. 1. The ownership and management of mass media shall be limited to citizens of the Philippines, or to corporations, cooperatives or associations, wholly owned and managed by such citizens. The Congress shall regulate or prohibit monopolies in commercial mass media when the public interest so requires. No combinations in restraint of trade or unfair competition therein shall be allowed. 2. The advertising industry is impressed with public interest, and shall be regulated by law for the protection of consumers and the promotion of the general welfare. Only Filipino citizens or corporations or associations, at least 70% of the capital of which is owned by such citizens, shall be allowed to engage in the advertising industry. The participation of foreign investors in the governing body of entities in such industry shall be limited to their proportionate share in the capital thereof, and all the executive and managing officers of such entities must be citizens of the Philippines. Section 12. The Congress may create a consultative body to advise the President on policies affecting indigenous cultural communities, the majority of the members of which shall come from such communities.